Hello guys. First of all, congratulations for all the students who qualified in the yesterday's CA final result. And even those of you who are CA foundation students also can watch this video. But especially this is for final students. Today morning I have received almost 3 calls. I spoke to reasonably 15 minutes each to 3 students almost. And most of them in group 1, for them they failed in audit. Like I think well-known fact, everyone knows that in group 1 this time the deciding factor is auditing, and group 2 SCMP. So the student is asking me, sir, I don't know where I went wrong. I'm not sure where I went wrong. I tried my level best, I studied well every subject, still I failed. So I asked him this question: do you think you failed in the result, or do you think you failed in the process? This is the question I asked him. See, always whenever we didn't get the expected result, instead of revolving around the result, you need to look back the process you followed. Most of the times we don't get desired result because somewhere in our process, somewhere in our execution, it is not correct. See, I say hardly 1% of the students, only 1% of the students are affected by either luck or bad luck. Either luck or bad luck, only 1%. Generally, a student did not write exam very well at all. He is the one supposed to fail, but luckily he would have qualified. Or a student who really wrote well, but failed. In spite of it, he failed. That's bad luck. So this possibility is only for 1%, a remote chance. And that too, in this digital valuation, especially the ICI is now following digital valuation, where I come to know about digital valuation is for every line there is a mark. It's not even step mark, it is like line mark. The institute is following like a line by line mark. Like in suggested answer, a 4 marks question will have 8 components. Okay, half mark components of 8. Out of those 8 components, if in a student paper some 6 components present, 3 marks he will get. So that's how the institute is valuing in depth. In such a scenario, the mistakes in valuation is relatively will reduce. Of course, there are some problems in valuation which I spoke about in my previous videos, but it is hardly a 1 or 2% effect. But rest of the students, whatever the result they are getting, they deserve it. They deserve it. So only one thing that you need to look into: did I fail in the result or did I fail in the process? I'm telling you, I must tell you, 98% whoever did not get that success, 98%, or I can say based on our pass percentage, group 1 pass percentage 20%, so 80% of the students who failed, okay, within that 80%, I can confidently say 95 to 98% are the one who actually failed in the process. See, most of you know your result. When you're coming out of the examination hall itself, you know the result. In fact, when you're not coming out, when you look at the question paper itself, you know what your result is. You need not wait for the result card. It's only a corroborative evidence. It's only a confirmation. It's not the ultimate factor. That is not the one which decided your result today or yesterday. Your result you know very well before you can predict. So understand and realize that there is a problem with the process we follow. Now you may ask me, so then what is the right process? Is there any process, minimum reasonable process, so that we can get the desired result? Yes, I have a process for you. 3 questions I want to ask you. Have you prepared at least 2/3 of the every subject completely? Have you prepared 2/3 of the subject completely? What do you mean by 2/3 of the subject? Like everyone do, sir, A, B, C analysis, sir. C category questions, C category concepts we eliminated, sir. So 2 parts we studied. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. 2/3 we studied. That is, ABC analysis is completely a failure model according to me. Why? Because in each chapter, C category questions are identified. Okay, what are C category questions? Those questions which institute have never asked. Of course, from past 2 or 3 exams, institute is asking only those questions which they never asked earlier. Every one of us aware of it. And many of the students are eliminating C category and then preparing A and B. And by eliminating one of the concept in a particular chapter, you are not learning the entire concept. And when in the examination, when a concept is tested holistically, the student is unable to write. So, which is absolutely a failure method. If at all, to your bad luck, majority questions come from C category concepts of every chapter. Gone. So then what is the best approach, sir? Sir, I can't prepare 100% syllabus. What is the approach? 2/3 of the subject you prepare. This is the point which I'm highlighting since past 1 year. Okay, almost in many videos, strategy videos, I always tell, first finish 2/3 of the subject. Suppose you take my CA final advanced auditing, I divide auditing chapters into 22. And I suggest every student to be perfect in the first 14 chapters. 1 to 14 chapters, be perfect. Sir, remaining 8 chapters, what about that? It's okay. Keep it aside. First 14 chapters, if you are the best, if you are perfect, if you read it conceptually, not a sentence based understanding, but a concept based understanding. There is a difference between sentence understanding, concept understanding. I always use this simple example. Caro 2016, everybody knows. But where in the audit report Caro appears? 90% of the students don't know that. Caro is an audit report. It's a component of audit report. In audit report, in which section of the audit report Caro appears? When we did not get an evidence, which opinion we should give? When the financials are totally misstated, which opinion we should give? And when an auditor is accepting a company audit where the branch is being appointed with some other auditor, so what are my responsibilities as a principal auditor? What are the responsibilities of the branch auditor? What should be the coordination between principal and branch auditor? Understanding it realistically, that is most important. Only if you understand in reality, you understand concept, and otherwise you are understanding just sentences. It's not concept. You're not understanding the concept. Professional ethics, when you're reading network firms, there's a new concept which is applicable from July exam, especially network firms. There are various categories of international network, Indian-wide, national-wide networks, international networks, and every network, whenever you want to create a network, you need to register with ICI. And when a firm registers with one network, what is the process? First of all, what is the purpose of forming a network? See, everywhere, understand conceptually, realistically. It's not about learning the sentences, important point, keywords, shortcuts, mnemonics, that and all fails. I see recently drone charts, flow charts, that and all failure model. Man, ICI has released a beautiful quick reference material. There is a beautiful material of ICI quick reference, but not every chapter is updated, but few chapters really excellent. You follow that. And you observe in ICI quick reference material, they don't use any shortcut. They present full sentences. They don't cut short a sentence, because if you cut short a sentence and read, you may understand what it is. You may try to remember, but you can't present it. You can't give a descriptive answer. Peer review, quality review, everybody reads. But how many reviews that a chartered accountant will undergo once he completes audit? What are the various reviews that are applicable for a chartered accountant? Do you know that? You only read those two topics. Sir, what is there we have to read? No, that's not. Learning is different. Reading is different. You learn. You become that master. You feel exam is only a milestone. You don't feel like exam is so big thing if you're really learning. Because when you're learning, you always aim for applying these things in the practice, reality. You don't think of, see, the moment when you're reading a particular sentence, every time when you're thinking of exam, it is very difficult for you to reach that, to qualify that. And when you think, no, in between there is an exam which will test me, but these are the concepts I'm learning. Tomorrow when I set up a practice, tomorrow when I'm doing an audit, I have to apply all this. If you think with this perspective, at this level, at this scale, and you just cross the examination just like that, you don't feel that it is difficult. Every student in audit, since my subject is audit, I'm taking this example. Every student reads audit under fiscal loss chapter for sure, because 10 marks weightage. But the same audit under fiscal loss is 200 pages chapter. Instead of that, you can read 5 different chapters: forensic audit, fraud investigation, due diligence, PSU audit, internal management operation audit. All these 5 chapters together is hardly 200 pages. The weightage will be 20 marks to 25 marks. Whereas audit under fiscal law, 200 pages, same time it will take just 10 marks. Why don't you analyze this strategically? So 2/3 of the subject you prepare. And have you done cumulative revision? What is cumulative revision? Revision is not something you forget and then reading once again. Revision is something you have to do while you still remember. Whatever you learn, it is still intact. It didn't affect at all. The quality of your understanding have not yet changed. You understood, it is there in your back of your mind. At the same time, you have to revise once again. A cumulative revision. So what is cumulative revision? What is cumulative revision? I'm attaching, in the card section, what is cumulative revision? And I already mentioned concept versus sentence. If these three principles are the one you followed, probably you will definitely qualify. And definitely, if at all you fail, maybe one of these principles or most of these principles you would have not followed. You can cross check and self evaluate. So don't blame the result, blame your process. Result is, if your process is right, result will be right for sure. And I must say that 90% generally fail in the process. Not even 90, I can say 99% I can confidently say they fail in process. 99% they don't discover. Maybe somebody who may not follow right process but would have qualified. That's what luck. Maybe somebody has followed this process would have failed, but it is bad luck. But that percentage of population is only 1%, not the major one. I hope this video gave you some inputs on discovering what is the cause why you failed in the examination, why you did not qualify in the examination. And don't call your failure as a failure without really following this process. If you did not follow and then fail, your process has been failed, not the result. So because basically when the process is wrong, you cannot look for success factor, obviously. That's it. So this is what I just want to share. I hope I added certain inputs to your this thing. So all the best. Have a nice time.